Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Gregg, and today I'll be talking about the internet. I can talk for days about this topic, but today I'll be talking about the impact of the internet and their conflicts, both internal and external. But first, in order to define them, we need to first learn about its history. Oh, we're back, and now that you know a brief history about the internet, we will go into our modern day history. And this is the reason it is impacting our lives, and tons of these conflicts are occurring at this moment. So without further ado, let's go interview my fellow friend, Dr. Van Wingerden, who has been studying about the internet for 2 weeks.
System of interconnected computer networks that use the standard internet protocol, controlling several billion devices worldwide. Well, where is the internet? A quick short answer, it's everywhere. There are many ways how the internet is affecting us. Some are positive, but some too are negative. Some positives are the high learning aspect of the internet, the easy accessible information and current information, the less expense, entertainment, and communication-wise, easier communication with others that are far away. These are all good things, but we also have negative from the internet. Hackers, which many people do not know how to handle, actually have access to your private information, including, but not limited to, your bank account, photos, Wi-Fi, telephone, etc. Children, too, will communicate less because they're too busy surfing on the internet. Robberies, or kidnappings of children. Robberies take place when a criminal finds a social post written by a child, which contains messages like, going to Orlando for a week, giving the criminals the ideal time to infiltrate his or her dwelling. The internet, too, has helped the economy through the fact that companies use the internet as the main source of advertising, since several billions of people use it. For instance, if I surf on the web and enter a site, it might be a picture of a company advertising the product.
Not only has the internet impacted the economics of many countries, but the political aspect too. While having the internet, it leaves many people vulnerable, as well as the government, from a different point to attack. Many hackers like to take advantage and steal private information. To defend this, the government's created a new form of safety called black hats. Black hats are hackers who hack back the hackers, in a sense, which leads to better security and improvement in this political aspect.
In the year 2013, 27 Facebook-related abductions were reported in Indonesia. 435 children were trafficked last year, mostly for sexual exploitation.
In an overview, many causes of the internet have taken many people's lives and their childhood. This is one very big external conflict happening right now at this moment, and we need to stop this. Although kidnapping resulted to like a couple hundred of people, another external conflict has resulted to hundreds of thousands of people. One example, in Target, December 2013, they learned that criminals forced their way into their system, gaining access to guest credit, debit card information. As the investigation continued, it was determined that the certain guest information was also taken. The information included names, mailing address, email address, or phone numbers. So, although maybe 400 people got kidnapped in a couple of years, this will happen to a lot of people, making many people in United States who shopped at this market very poor. So about 500,000 people who shopped at Target were getting their billing information, email addresses, their addresses taken away from them, causing many of these things. So this connects to internet because without this, the hackers wouldn't find a way to get into these things. So your credit card a code that is accessed from online features, which has all of your billing information, all of those things. So without the internet, this one maybe have happened, but still pretty bad. The last two conflicts that I stated are conflicts that rarely happen to people. But now, these conflicts that I'll be stating might be in your hands. This one is called cyberbullying. Bullying throughout the internet, which is one of the worst conflicts. Many people suffer. There are many different types of them. Cyberstalking, discredation and humiliation, harassing, impersonating, flaming, text messages, password theft, website creating, use photos and images and PC attacks, and tons of more to harm other people. Maybe you're in their shoes. Like I said before, cyberbullying is something that happens to us. So 42% of teenagers with tech access report being cyberbullied over the past year, and 69% of the teens with their own computer or smartphone, or 80% are active on social media, and the average teen spends 60 texts per day, reducing face-to-face communication skills, and girls 17 texts more, 100 per day. 17.5 million Facebook users are under 13 years old. 81% of the teens say bullying online is easier to get away with, and 3 million kids per month are absent from school due to bullying online, and 20% of the kids cyberbullied think about suicide, and 1 in 10 attempted. 4,500 kids commit suicide because of cyberbullying each year. Suicide because of bullying is number 3 killer of teens in the United States.
An internal conflict I've studied about is about the mind of a teenage kid and how it's affected by the time he or she spends on the internet. Depression, moodiness, or nervousness when they're not online, fantasizing about being preoccupied with being online, a change in sleeping patterns or habits, sudden weight loss or weight gain, also lying about the time spent on the internet or denying the use of it, neglecting family, friends, or activities they used to enjoy, using the internet to avoid problems, and provoke people to take advantages. And this provokes people to take advantages from others, leading to MVM, which are hackers and scammers. Although it might help you a lot, think twice before you
Basic overview of the impact of the internet and their conflicts. We will now proceed to the future predictions of the internet. There are many ways you can proceed to future predictions, but my partner and I decided to do ones that are most likely to happen. The first one is many databases of education and schools will all rely onto the internet. As you may know, our school relies mostly on it, but many others don't. For example, textbooks now are becoming online, easier to change and easier to navigate. Textbooks not only are hard to publish, but if there's a mistake, it's hard to fix that. Another prediction that many, as well as me, have came to a conclusion is that many jobs such as architecture will become extinct in a way. Nowadays, many companies have been doing their buildings and their structures on programs in the computer and on many of those things. They're not relying on architectures as much. So many jobs will go extinct because of the internet. Another prediction that we've come up with is that many countries that do not have access to these technologies will advance even more when they do. So countries like Indonesia, Thailand, Mongolia, many of these countries that most people do not have access to of these technologies, when they get them, will progress to become a very successful country.